Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation has been providing quality electric service at a competitive price to residential, commercial, and industrial customers in southeast Georgia and northeast Florida since 1939. For tips and advice on how to save electricity and stretch your energy dollars, call 1-800-262-5131 and speak to your marketing representative. We are a cooperative owned by those we serve.
Head-On Collision is a family-owned and operated business located in Folkston, Georgia, across from Gibson McDonald. We specialize in automotive repair, damage caused by small and major accidents. We restore old vehicles and bring them back to their original glory. We also spray Speedliner bed liners, the world's toughest spray and bed liner. We work with all insurance companies to make your experience as easy as possible. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. It matters how long you've been doing it right. Folkston Pharmacy and Electronics, located at 3885 Main Street in the heart of downtown Folkston. They're Folkston's original hometown pharmacy with 49 years serving the community. They have everything you need, including household items, prescription medications, high-tech electronics, and much more. Their experienced and friendly staff in the pharmacy and electronics department are ready to serve you. Folkston Pharmacy and Electronics is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sports. Go Indians!
Good afternoon, or good evening rather, and welcome to the Coach Mac Show. I'm Adam Bell, along with head coach of the football Indians, Rich McCorder. Coach, we had our soap game this past Friday night. Everybody got a little bit of that football fix out of their system. I'm ready for next week, but talk about last week.
Well, the soap game, biggest thing, we want to come out of it with a lot of soap, which we did, and I think we had more soap this year than we did last year, and also we don't want to get anybody hurt, and we want to have some good film, be able to look at it. Today, before we went out for practice, we looked at a lot of film, tried to fix some mistakes, try to get better each and every week, of course. But the soap game was really good. Got a chance to put a lot of kids on the field. I think everybody we had played. And plus we were able to put a little bit of good players versus good players in some positions, and really a chance to see how some guys played. And we did have some guys that played pretty well. We have still a lot of things to work on. We have an inexperienced team. We got a lot of young players. We had a couple freshmen that actually did some good things. So we got a long way to go this year, and hopefully we can get better each and every week with it.
All right. Coach, just real quick, Glenn in the rec department started off with football sign-ups. Had a couple of dip years with 11 and 12, so I thought we'd really push them this year. They started today, $30 registration fee.
Well, hopefully, if a kid really wants to play football, give it a try. It's a good time to give it a try. We've had a lot of kids that have played rec ball and moved off right up to junior high, and then from junior high right up through varsity, and even had some kids move on from there. So it's I think Terry Fay, I think we're really fortunate to have him in our community. He's done a great job with the rec department already. Glenn Hughes has been there for a long time. Of course, he does a great job. So hopefully we'll have a lot of kids involved. It's great to have kids out there running around doing things, and I really support the things that Terry Fay is doing out there.
All right. Coach, before the Indians got into it this past Friday, the Braves hit the field. Just from the press box, we were doing the soap game live on CSN, and the Braves, young man, Craig Carlisle, it reminded me of the old Rocky Blau. I know you and I are old enough to remember Rocky. You don't see that big fullback anymore, but that kid, he was a bulldozer back there.
Well, we were kind of anxiously waiting to go out, and occasionally I stuck my head out, and I saw some kids running around, some kids with some size. Coach Larry Carter's our new head junior high football coach, and he's done a great job. I was just talking to him, and he says those guys are coming right along and getting better each and every week. And we're just starting school, and a lot of times when school just gets started, that's when we get some more kids out for junior high football. We have also Brian Lloyd has joined his staff this year. Josh Davis has joined his staff, and Chris Kraft has been with him for a few years, and of course we have a nice little staff down there working with the junior high, and of course Larry Carter's done a great job around here for quite some time, and he got the opportunity to take it over, and I think he's done an excellent job with those guys.
The Braves, and you have the schedule over there, the Braves open up when the 13th?
Saturday the 13th, the Braves go to Camden County. They start at 9:30 in the morning over there. They have a 12-team jamboree scrimmage over there in Camden County. And then they're on the road for 2 more games, and then finally they come home with Baker County. They're a lot of fun to watch, usually very, very competitive games, our junior high games. I think it's just a few dollars to come in to watch them, and hopefully we'll have big crowds come out and watch our junior high along with our B team, which gets started on September the 1st up in Brantley County. And they'll be home against Camden County right here on the 22nd. So hopefully we'll have a lot of people come out to those home junior high and B team football games.
I know Coach Carter's first year as head coach of the Braves, he might already have him a little bit of a quarterback competition over there. Colby Bryant and Connor Nelson both looked pretty good the other night.
Yeah, both of them have really good arms. We spent some time with them this summer. Every time we went to a passing, we had a couple of passing tournaments this summer, and we actually put them in with the varsity to throw the football around. Of course, it's no contact. Didn't have to worry about that, and they actually threw the ball pretty good. They traveled with us when we went to Pierce County several times to do the padded camps. They've been around, and I'm sure they'll be around on Friday night. So, yeah, those are 2 kids that are going to be good football players, and it's good to see them compete. And I know Coach Carter feels the same way I do. When you get to the junior high, it's time to start, really competition and putting your players that are going to help you win football games on the field. So I think either one of those guys, or whoever's playing quarterback, will be playing something else. I know that for sure. Similar to us last year with Jimmy Nettles at quarterback and AJ at wide receiver, we had 2 good football players on the field, and which is what you need.
All right, Coach. Let's move on to the soap game. The varsity hit the field right after the Braves. The Braves finished up. Oh, and I wanted to mention one more guy back on the Braves. I'm sorry. Marion Woodard had a huge night on defense. That kid was popping on defense for the Braves.
I think I did see him play. I stuck my head out a few times, like I said, and I think he was coming in the backfield making a lot of plays. And it's good to see kids coming up. Coach Carter was just telling me that he has a good group of 8th graders, but he has a lot of talent, he thinks, in the 7th grade. So hopefully they can stick with it and get up to our level in a few years.
All right. Yeah, varsity hit the field right after that. After Carlisle, I think he had 4 touchdowns for the Braves. A.J. Bell, Raquan Anderson, Eric Daniels, they all scored on long runs last Friday night.
Yeah, they did. Again, it's hard to see how good you are when you're playing yourself, because some positions we were really good, and then other positions we had some younger guys playing in there. So sometimes when you go one way where the younger kids are at, and you're able to make long runs or long passes, it's really hard to tell how good you are. We'll start figuring those things out next week after Fitzgerald. But again, I thought the kids played hard. I thought there was some good hitting out there, and we saw some good things, but now it's time to get better and see what we can do against a great Fitzgerald team.
All right. Are we good over there? Okay, I was getting a wave off, I'm not sure. We put the headset on Tammy tonight so she can hear us. All right, Coach. On the defensive side of the ball, you had Bryant Sloan.
Yep.
Had a huge hit toward the end of the scrimmage against the B team.
We were starting to get a lot younger on offense, and I did tell the defensive coaches I think Bryant's played long enough to start to get him out, but I think I got it a little bit too late, and he had a big hit on our running back, our young running back, and that's when I definitely told the defensive coaches it's time to get him out, because we didn't need him doing that to those guys, because it makes neither kid better by playing against younger guys with a veteran player like him. I think we were able to, defense came up with some good interceptions. Of course, Eddie Mincy, his name's Edward Mincy, but I call him Eddie. It's just easier to say, I guess, for me. But Edward Mincy had a great preseason, and he really showed some good things in the scrimmage. So Edward Missy, I think, has got a great chance to make first-team All-Region this year. He's been doing a great job in the weight room during the off-season, and a great job, of course, in the preseason.
Yeah. Coach, I know you have the roster over there. A lot of things happened Friday night. I know you're not showing everything in a scrimmage game, but the big runs, the big pass play of 70-something yards from AJ to Raquan, huge play. But,
yeah, Ray.
When you go into a soap game like that, and you know we're broadcasting live, and even the fans here, do you hold back, or you look at personnel? What's going on?
Biggest thing we're looking at is our people, but offensively, we didn't hold nothing back. We just run what we do and try to get better at what we do. And on defense, we did show a few things on defense, some of our blitz game, and that's okay. I mean, we'll show things. We'll do a lot of things. And actually, I believe if you show a lot of things, that gives more for your opponent to work on to get ready for. So I believe in showing a lot of offense and a lot of defense every time we play.
I don't know, down to the, you want to move on to the B team, Coach?
Sure.
All right, started off, Brantley Sloan started off hot. 2 quick passes to Saquon Clark, one of them for a touchdown.
You know, Brantley is somebody at quarterback that's really gotten better each and the last 2 years. Last year, you can really start seeing him develop and get a little bit of confidence, and then this year, he has even more confidence, and he's doing a good job. I like the way he's set up in the pocket, would change direction, avoid the rush, and on that play you're talking about down to Clark, he really threw a pretty ball right over the shoulder, and number 3, Saquon Clark, he just did a great job catching it in, bringing it in. Both those guys are going to be great players down the road. I think that Brantley Sloan may be a guy a little bit like AJ, where we're going to play him in some wide receiver positions and get him some more game experience that way. Also, unless anything changes and we need Brantley more on Friday, we want to get Brantley every snap this year on B team at quarterback to really help him develop down the road.
On the defensive side of the ball, I know toward the end of the B team, at Travis Ray, Jernigan, and Snowden all make big plays on defense.
They did, and those guys have a chance to make a lot of big plays for us. Travis Ray is a guy that moved in over a year ago from Hilliard, which is just right down the road. His father got a job up here in Folkston, so he switched schools and had to play B team last year, had to sit out last year varsity and play B team last year. And he's a good weight room guy, and he's a kid that really, when his opportunity came, I believe we had a padded camp up in Pierce County, and the guy that was playing in front of him didn't make it or didn't show up that day. It gave him an opportunity to step up and see what he could really do, and we like what we saw. So right now he's a starting linebacker for us, and we look for him to only get better. And then we have, of course, Jernigan, number 14, Jernigan. He's someone that wasn't able to play last year, that now he's back with us, and he's doing a good job coming on. So we really think that we have some guys that need more experience, and as the season goes on, I think they'll get better.
All right, Coach. Evaluating, we okay? Evaluating the players, the offensive line, defensive line. I know we're looking at a lot of folks in those areas. You have a grade. How did you feel how that all went?
Well, we don't do a lot of grading because I feel like no matter how you grade it, you're still going to play your best guys that Friday. But we did look close at the offensive and defensive line. We feel like that's the positions that we need the most work on. Coach Murray is to me, the best offensive line coach in the state of Georgia, and he has a lot of work to do over there because he really only has 1, maybe 2 returning starters. We need to get a lot better on the offensive line. We felt like last year we needed to get better. This year we have even more work to do on that side of the ball. The defensive line, like we mentioned last week, lost 2 all-state defensive linemen. The other one was an all-region defensive lineman. So we have to redo that side of the line of scrimmage. So that was a big focus on us, was to really take a look at both sides of the line of scrimmage. And we played a lot of kids there. We played just about every offensive line we had and every defensive line we had. And the evaluation will continue in these next 2 weeks when we play Fitzgerald and play Pierce County.
Last week we did the show. It turned out we had a couple of audio problems going on there. That's why Tammy's wearing the headset tonight. we talked about some preseason All-State guys. They got picked, and Tomcat Johnson, Brian Sloan, and I think Raquan Anderson was on another list I saw over the weekend, and Eric Daniels was on a list for ESPN Coastal.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see that. I did hear that was out, the ESPN Coastal, which surprisingly we made it because that seems to be more Brunswick up to Savannah coverage. But I was really pleased that we had some kids on there. I haven't had a chance to see it, but anytime your kids get recognized, it makes you feel good, and I'm happy for them.
Coach, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, if you don't mind, we'll dive into Fitzgerald.
All right.
We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. I forgot about paying the bill. Charlton Tire Service and Repair, located at 3399 2nd Street, Folkston, Georgia, has everything you need for service and repair of your vehicle. Go see them today. For information, call 912-496-7329. Charlton Tire Service and Repair, a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Hi, I'm Stetson Bennett from Bennett's Hometown Pharmacy in Folkston, Georgia, where we love you and we need you. Here at Bennett's Pharmacy, we want to be your pharmacy. We offer a full line of prescription drugs, a full line of vitamins and over-the-counter products, and we have tremendous service. We will take the time to counsel you on your medication. We'll even call your doctor to see if we can save you some money. At Bennett's Pharmacy, we support all student athletes in Charlton County. This spring, it's baseball, track, golf, and tennis. Get out and support these young men and women that will be the next leaders in our community. Bennett's Hometown Pharmacy. Remember, shop at home. It makes a difference.
Welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. It's Fitzgerald week. Purple Hurricanes, 2.5 hour ride over there. Big game. The kids are excited. It's going to be a lot of fun going there. I haven't been over there in, 3 years?
Well, the trip over might be fun. Hopefully the trip back is we have everybody coming back when we take over there. Fitzgerald is coached by Jason Strickland. Jason is a really, really good friend of mine, one of my best friends. A former coach of mine. He was a big part of us playing and winning state championships, and now he's over at Fitzgerald, and he is doing a great job. He's one of the top coaches in the state of Georgia, and he's turned that program into a team that has a great chance to win a state championship this year. He has several Division I players. His running back, number 18, is committed to Oklahoma State. I believe his tight end is committed either Virginia Tech or maybe Miami. I'm thinking it's Virginia Tech, and I know his quarterback's being looked at along with several other players. His nose guard, I think 76, power cleaned 400 pounds this offseason, which is just, I've never heard of a high school kid or even many college kids that ever power cleaned 400 pounds, but he did it. I saw the video of it, and he sure did it. And so this is a team, they're going to be ranked number 1 in AA. It's a game that I wasn't real crazy about us having to go play, but the thing is we needed that scrimmage since we didn't have spring, and and Coach Strickland and Fitzgerald didn't have spring, so we both needed a scrimmage, and we had no other choice to go but to do this. So the thing is, it's just our kids need to understand when we go over there, we got to play very, very hard. We've got to play fast. If we stand around, you got a chance to get knocked down and hurt by these guys. This is a great football team we're going against. I don't think that we'll play a more talented team our entire schedule, even through the postseason. So we're going to face the team that's favored to win the AA state championship. So we're going to get to see a great football team at Fitzgerald, and hopefully our kids can play hard and fast and not stand around and get hurt. So it's going to be a really, really tough challenge for us. What we're going to do in this thing, we're hoping to play 3 quarters of varsity football like a real game. Have the coin flip, come out, have the opening kickoff, play a half, take a break, come out and play the third quarter after we've made some adjustments and see who we still have healthy to go out and play another quarter against their varsity. And then we don't have a real deep roster. So in the last quarter, the fourth quarter, which is supposed to be a B-team quarter, we'll still have a few older guys still out there simply because they don't have a real backup now. We haven't developed a lot of depth yet on our roster. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Fitzgerald puts on a great show. They have some of the best, really as far as talking to Jason and knowing a lot of other coaches in the state, I think at Fitzgerald is probably the best game atmosphere you're going to see anywhere in high school football. Their fans are completely behind their team. They're going to fill up their side, and they may even come over and take up some of our side. That many people is going to be there at that game. Hopefully we can have great weather, have a great evening, and our kids will have a real big challenge in front of them.
I know they've been getting a lot of preseason accolades over there in Fitzgerald, and probably deservedly so. They went to the Dome last year, and from everything I've been reading, that I can find online, Glenn's posted some things. They look like they're loaded for bear this season over there.
They really are, and what they've done is their kids are football players, and their kids understand the importance of the weight room, and that's what we're lacking right now, to be quite honest with you. Our kids. Our kids used to do just such a great job in the weight room. We used to have huge numbers in our maxes. We used to have kids just doing incredible benches and squats and power clean numbers, and that's all come down now. Our kids' work ethic in the weight room isn't nearly what it used to be. Now, what Jason has over at Fitzgerald, he's got a great situation in the weight room where he's got coaches in there, and their kids have really bought in. And his kids are smart football players. They understand to be a great football team, you better be great in the weight room, and to be somebody that has a chance to be a college prospect, it starts in the weight room. You are not going to play college football these days without being great in the weight room, and unless you get your body muscled up and put on a lot of muscle weight, it's hard to play college football because so many of these kids are coming out already looking like college football players. And that's what these schools come around, they'll look at a kid and say, he looks just like what we have, we want him. So that's where Fitzgerald is really doing a great job right now, is in the weight room, and that's where we need to somehow get our kids to realize the weight room is for opportunity, it's not for punishment. And if we can ever get our kids back to thinking like we did in the 2000s, early 2000s and in the 1990s, where our kids loved the weight room. We'd have to run them out of there at night. We'd have to run them out of there in the morning and all summer long. They just love the weight room. And our kids that don't love the weight room like they used to, and it shows right now. You watch us play, our kids look skinny or they just don't look strong. They don't look as thick as everybody we play. And unless our kids finally catch on to the idea that the weight room is where it starts, and the only way to be great is by doing a great job in the weight room, we're going to struggle. And hopefully, I told him, I said, listen, when you step on that field against Fitzgerald, everybody out there weighs 200 pounds. Everybody out there can bench a lot of weight, power clean a lot of weight. So you're going out there against guys that are getting ready to go play college football. So we're going to, hopefully, maybe our kids will look out there and say, well, that's the way we need to look. So maybe they can figure it out, maybe. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of fun going over there and getting out on that field, and hopefully we come out healthy, and hopefully come out and we've learned something and have some great film, and hopefully we can get better for the next week at home against Pierce County.
I know it's been a few years back since we went over there, but seems like I remember when we did the show back then, there's some Charlton Tires over there, some guys that came from here that are coaching over there now?
Yeah, Jason Strickland, the head football coach, he was one of my former coaches, and like I said, one of my best friends, and we've been on vacations together, and this winter we spent some time in Chicago and really talk a lot of football, and he's very knowledgeable. He's a great football coach, and Fitzgerald's lucky to have him, and his wife's a great teacher, and they're lucky to have her also.
All right, Coach. Coming up, we're leaving 3:30.
We're going to leave, the football team's leaving at 3 o'clock. We're going to eat pregame meal at 2 o'clock, and which is early, and us leaving at 3 is also early. But it's just one of those things where it's going to be a long ride. We need to get there early. We need to get out and stretch out and run around a little bit. And you know, when you have your kids on the bus that long, you got to get them out and let them run around a little bit when you get there. But again, I hope we have a big crowd there. It's not that difficult to get to. I think a lot of people like going, taking the highway over to Lapa Hall or somewhere around there and just go straight up through Osceola, right up into Fitzgerald. And I know that when you get up into Fitzgerald, I don't know the exact street or anything, but I know the stadium's over to your left. So work over that way and you'll find it. And follow all the people wearing purple and gold, and you'll find the stadium.
Coach, can't wait for Friday night. We're going to carry the game. We're going to carry the game live, but I know Charlton always travels well. So get their kickoff 7:30. 7:30. Now the maidens, they open up tomorrow night. It's 5:30 right here against Turner County. So Coach Baxter and his group, I know we're the football show, but Coach Baxter had 10 starters graduate last year. So
yep. Yeah, he over the last couple of years, Coach Baxter, of course, he does a great job with softball. He had a lot of talent graduate the last couple of years, and I know he's going to have a lot of inexperienced girls out there, but I think they'll get better. And I know they've played a lot of softball over the summers over the last several years. So I think they've got a challenge in front of them with the new players, but I still think they're going to be a good softball team. And as soon as we get done with practice here, I'm going to head straight over there and watch them. I enjoy watching high school softball and college softball. It's a great sport to watch.
I know if anybody can get it going, though, Coach Baxter will do it. He'll get them girls going. I know they've been in the state playoffs the last 4 or 5 years straight. So he'll have those younger girls ready to go.
Yep.
Coach, real quick, I want to thank one of your former students, Stu and Ebony Maynard. They sent in a donation to CSN for webcasting, and I want to thank them. It was very generous, and we appreciate it.
Well, I know that he's overseas now and in the military, and of course we appreciate the service that he's given our country. And he also bought one of these lockers for us in honor of Danny Hamilton, who played for us quite a few years ago. So what a great guy, and I'll tell you what, it's people like that really help us run the kind of program that we have, and we appreciate it.
All right, we'll see y'all Friday night, 7:30 kickoff live from Fitzgerald, the Indians and the Hurricanes at 7:30. Coach, thanks again. I appreciate it.
Thank you.